Todd Prodanovich, the editor-in-chief of SURFER magazine.
Grant Ellis, the photo editor of SURFER magazine. So it started off with SURFER as a movie. I don't know what you call it.
It was a pamphlet. It was like
pamphlet for a movie.
Promoting Severson's Surf Fever, which was a 1960 film that he did.
And then and I think he had to like do reprints of it because it was so popular, and that's when he decided to start the magazine.
But yeah, that first logo was hand drawn, and the first issue, I mean, Severson designed everything himself. You know, he did a lot of the illustrations, probably all of the illustrations, a lot of the writing. I mean, he was like a one-man band for that first one. But then I think, you know, with the popularity of that, the writing was kind of on the wall, and he got his staff together pretty quickly. And it's like, man, he's like, I love what you guys have done with the magazine. Like, I never could have pictured this back when like I was doing it, like, which is a pretty mind-blowing thing to hear from someone like who did this whole thing.
It's so hard to choose your favorites here because like every time you choose one, you see something else that you love, you know. So it's not really.
Your favorite's got to be Connor Coffin, right?
Well, I know there was that donut incident. I think that's probably the guys at SURFER like ate him. And
a photo later of the surfing guys with the donuts in their butts.
Like in their
anyone that claims they actually ate one of the donuts, but
no one's gonna claim that. There's like definitely like a period where, you know, especially when Drew Campion took over as editor-in-chief, where, you know, SURFER really like embraced the counterculture of like the late '60s, early '70s, and you know, those guys definitely weren't afraid of a joint, that's for sure. And you know, I think that. You know, Campion wrote a piece kind of commemorating Severson in our last volume, and you know, he talked about how, like, you know, the deadlines were monthly. You know, they had a lot of free time. There's a lot of like lunch breaks where they, you know, go spark a doobie and go surf Coffins. Oh, Severson's mustache
was pretty damn good. Through that, I think it was in the '70s maybe. He had a killer mustache.
When he was on his way out, like going to Maui, that's when he was just like just blasting the stash, just cruising. Yeah. Pacific Vibrations era, that's quality stashing right there.
Owl was kind of like a reminder of this poster, you know. It's like got all the cover like logos on it, and it's definitely a special part of the office, you know. It's definitely a conversation starter, and you know, you can kind of like get a quick glimpse of the whole history of the magazine with this poster. I'm sure every single person that's been on the cover of SURFER magazine too has like some great story to tell about that, you know. And this morning I saw someone posted, I think it was Strada Wasilewski posted something on Instagram this morning of his first SURFER cover, and he wrote a long story about it, and it was really cool, you know. Because of like transparencies on a light table, like you'd have like hundreds of slides on a light table, and there'd be one that just kind of looked like it was glowing a little bit more or something, you know, like it just had something special going on, and like they really stood out. I don't know if that's from like being really used to looking at all of that stuff, or if it's just like, you know, when it's a really special moment.
Our edit meeting is like on a daily basis, so it's good to have kind of like the history of the magazine kind of literally like over your shoulder the whole time. You know, it kind of keeps you on track and reminds you of what you're doing and what SURFER represents, you know.